control because...
Take control, Rob.
Yeah, you do that, girlfriend.
Looks like somebody needs to. Okay. I love the saying, you can have results or excuses, but not both. I'm Robin Ratcliffe from Sydney, Australia, and I work with business owners and individuals to help them to design the business and the life that they truly want. So I like to think of it as above the line or below the line thinking. Or some people refer to it as living at cause or living at effect. Cause is where we take 100% responsibility for the things that happen in our life. And effect is where we sit back and take whatever results that we get in our life or don't get. And then we often don't take the responsibility for those results. This is mindset. This is thinking big. This is creating the results in our own lives. So talking about above and below the line thinking can be a little bit tricky to grasp. So I've got a little handout here for you that Corinne will give to you, and you can take that home. There's a CD in there that you can listen to, my results or excuses, and hopefully that will help, and you will understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about here. Thank you, Corinne. I may not have had enough, so some of you may have something slightly different. If we could all live above the line all of the time, our lives would be full of the results that we want. And this is where we create our lives and choose the results that we want. In my work, I've been fortunate to learn from amazingly successful, impactful professionals and entrepreneurs. So I'm defining success here as achieving what matters most to you, individually and authentically. Not as some objective measure of our wealth, accomplishment or achievement. It's success is what it means to you. So observing people in action who live fully on their terms and absolutely loving it. I've seen how they think, react, interrelate, problem solve and lead. And I've really tried to apply these lessons to my own life and to those that I coach. And I've noted that people who love what they do for a living and have created tremendous success and reward not only engage continuously in life-supporting and generous behaviours, but also avoid certain negative actions and mindsets that other less successful people habitually get lost in. At any given moment, you're either living above the line or below the line, at cause or at effect. And so the question that we need to ask ourselves is, which side of the line are we living on? Are you living above the line and at cause? Or are you living below the line, living at the effect of what's happening to you? So engaging in below the line thinking refers to a particular mindset that shapes how you view the world in a limiting way. It leads you to believing that what's happening to you is outside of your control. And it's everybody else's fault. The economy, your industry, your boss, your spouse, or something else. Below the line thinking says, it's not fair what's happening. I don't have what it takes to overcome these challenges. I didn't expect this and I can't handle it. I just don't have what it takes, or it's just all too hard. Whereas above the line thinking, on the other hand, says, I clearly see the obstacles ahead and I'm addressing them with open eyes. I'm accountable for my life, my career, and I have what it takes to navigate through this successfully. And if I fail, I still wake up tomorrow exactly who I am. However, I will have learned something really critical. So to identify whether someone is living below the line or listening, listen to their words, you know them. They play the blame game. Their moods are influenced heavily by the circumstances that they are in. Blaming others is one of the most damaging ways to live below the line. Your life is full of drama, not your life, their life is full of drama that originates from blaming others and playing victim. In relationships, blaming is a form of emotional abuse, and it reduces intimacy between two people. And maybe this is what we've seen as we've been growing up, but it's never too late to draw that line in the sand and say enough is enough. I am going to start taking 100% responsibility for everything in my life. I don't know what I want, and I will do whatever it takes. Results, not excuses. So justification is another example of shifting responsibility. Someone who wants to avoid responsibility will usually try and justify the reasons they failed to perform a certain task. It's based on the lines of, it's not me, it's them, or circumstances. Always having an excuse. And denying is very similar to justification. Denial is an attitude rooted in escaping responsibility. It's the mindset of, I didn't do it, which means that if I didn't do it, I'm the effect of some external circumstance or another person. But when we practice above the line thinking, the grass is indeed greener on the other side. By choosing to live above the line, we embrace 100% responsibility. And this is a simple but a really powerful belief that we create everything that happens in our life. Successful people have that belief because they're a cause of what happens in their life. And that statement can sometimes cause people to push back or react with emotional intensity. Because here's the thing, perhaps this whole idea of living at cause is impossible sometimes. Yep. Perhaps some things are out of our control. And in fact, we know that they are. We can't control everything that happens to us. But I want to ask you this question. How about just believing that theory? Does that empower you? If you believe that you have 100% responsibility for everything in your life. How does that kind of thinking improve the quality of our lives? Even if you don't believe it, act as though that's true. Pretend. In here. In coaching and metadynamics, we call this the as-if frame. So we act as if. Now that's not fake it till you make it. It's act as if. So in short, our beliefs are just like hallucinations. So why not make up the ones that serve us best? People who go through life on the effect side of the equation can produce reasons, excuses, and they can tell you why they're not successful. My ex-husband held me back, my parents never supported me. Yeah, but I'm not as lucky as you are. You know the kind of people that I'm talking about. Their mindsets are closed and they have no idea how to think big. And I say think big because this is where it all starts. And it even says it in the Bible, as a man thinketh, so he is, something like that. But what it means is, the way we think is what we are. The only thing preventing you from achieving what you want, are your beliefs and the stories that you tell yourself. When you embrace ownership and responsibility, which gives you the maximum power to create the life that you want. You can't go through life without challenges. In actual fact, you wouldn't grow without facing challenges. You're going to have problems and you're going to have failures. It's called life. You're also going to have success and happy moments. But the key to a happy life is your reaction to problems and how you think. And people will have an awfully depressing life if they are constantly thinking below the line. Eckhart Tolle says this about thinking big and mindset. The mind is a superb instrument if used rightly. Used wrongly, however, becomes destructive. To put it more accurately, it's not so much that you use your mind wrongly, that you actually don't use it at all, and it uses you. Thank you. It looks like we've only got 2 speakers, so I'll call our next speaker to come up.
Thank you very much for having me this afternoon. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the WEF for inviting me. It's been really exciting to be here and to share my experience. My name is Ingabire Musika Mami. I'm the managing director of Paris UIS, based in Rwanda, Kigali. That's my city. And what I actually do is providing drone-based services. Drones, like unmanned aircraft without pilots in. So it has been an exciting journey. Talking about thinking big, that has always been my way of seeing things. I'm born into a very big family of 7 brothers and being the only girl. And that has shaped my life with the parents. My parents, they always taught me that I can be all that I want to be. And I can do all I want to do. They have never shown any differences between me and my brothers. And with that, I did my studies and finished in biotechnology in South Africa, applied life sciences. And since then, definitely with the type of belief that I have gained in my childhood, is to know that when you think big, there's no limit to your success, there's no limit to your progress. And one of the things I just want to share here, a few notes, is that to be an impactful personality, you have to develop a certain types of thinking and perception that changes the way you see yourself and the way you see the world around you. Because she has shared so many things, but one thing I really want to emphasize is that the Creator, the one who created all of us, identified himself with 2 animals in the jungle, and that is the lion and the eagle. Both are kings in their kingdoms. And I just want to talk a little bit about the lion, and that will help me to communicate what I want to communicate. The lion is not the tallest in the jungle, it's not the largest, not the heaviest, not the smartest, but yet the king of the jungle. You don't need to be all that I have mentioned to be the king. But one thing that makes the lion different and makes the lion a leader is the attitude. The example of the lion shows us that we have no excuses to progress in life, to be the leader in our world, and to make the change that we want to change. With all the limitation that I just mentioned about the lion is still the king of the jungle. So the attitude of the lion is the difference. And for example, one of the attitude or ways the lion think about is when the lion see an elephant, what is it's thinking? When the lion see the elephant, what comes to its mind? It sees lunch. Say, this is my lunch. Because it thinks it can eat the elephant, no matter how big it is. When the lion sees the elephant, it says, this is my lunch for today. And because of that thinking, he attacks. But now, look at the elephant. When the elephant sees the lion, he says, it is over, my life ends here. While the elephant is huge, bigger than the lion, but because of its thinking, it becomes the lion's lunch. So the elephant is a victim of the way he thinks. It is your mind that keeps you small. Same, it is your mind that makes you the leader. So it all starts there, as she has mentioned. So attitude produces certain behaviors. It makes you see circumstances differently. Yes, there are people who see challenges and they run away. And there are those who see challenges and say, these are possibilities for me. This is the next level for me. So attitude as well is a product of your belief system. For you to have come to that level of thinking that you can do anything, you can face anything, it's because of your belief system. And I always say that I'm still learning, I'm still moving forward. There are so many things that are still ahead of me. But one thing that has brought me where I am today is my belief system. I believe that the Creator never created me to be a failure in this world, because He said, I have created you in my own image. And we know that God, in its majesty, He has created us in His own image. So He has created us to rule in the world. He has created us to change our world. He has created us to control what we have. So none of us has been created to be a failure. He has put all that we need in us. And because of that, I know that whatever comes my way, I have what it takes to face it. And I believe in that. And only that way of thinking has caused me to move on. And I've seen it in many people's lives as well. So none of us here seated here, no matter the limitation you see around you, know that those limitations are not excuses. Like I said, like the lion, you see things differently. So no matter things around you, just see differently. Just see the other way, that this is an opportunity for you. So you will not live beyond your belief system. You are what you think. As she mentioned as well, as man thinketh, so is he. So your thinking is very important. Our thinking is very important. And one of the things to develop your thinking, and one of the questions you should ask yourself, your perception about who you are. What is your perception? What do you see when you see yourself? What you think for your existence. Why are you here for? Why are you in this world? So when you are able to answer these questions, that's the beginning of a greater life. And the third one, your significance to your existence. We are all significant. And we are here for something very important. None of us is less important. Every one of us is unique in his own way. Once you discover this, you will have more confidence to face life. Thinking is belief system being exposed. It's what you believe that shows. So to be great, there's one thing you have to do. And that is one thing I've learned to do. You have to divorce yourself from your culture. Understand me here. You have to divorce yourself from your culture and your tradition. Because culture and traditions doesn't give you room to creativity. There are so many things you see around us, in our traditions, in our country, in our cultures, that puts limitation in our lives as women. But once you make up your mind to divorce yourself from that, you live outside that box. The world is yours. You can become what you want. So it takes courage to break away and live your life the way you want. And I'd like to by stopping here, I just want to encourage each and every one by reminding us that we have the greatest tool in us, and that is our mind. Anything that you can grasp, anything that you can imagine with your mind, you can have it, and you can achieve it. There's no limitation to yourself. Thank you so very much.
Has anybody got any questions?
I have a comment. I just wanted to thank both of you all because that was very inspiring from the both of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I think so many years of my life I lived on the other side and saw the problems in everything and the negativity and everything, and when we can switch and just change our mindset and change the way we look at things, life is so much better. And of course we don't always stay there. But you know, if that's what we can be working towards our whole lives, it's just a whole freedom. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I wanted to find out, are there steps or things you could do, literally do, for people who have been under a subdued mindset and you want to change? Are there things that you can physically do to help you? I know you said about your imagination, okay, probably have been imagining, and you haven't crossed over. Are there physical things you can do that can help you cross over to the other side?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. One of the things, there are so many things one can do, but one is, like I heard earlier, someone saying that you have to come to yourself first and have time to kind of take time for yourself. This is one thing, and look at your life. Those questions I've said that you should ask. What is your perception about life? And one of the things that are very practical for me is that, who are your friends? What do you want to get into in your life? Because one thing that must be clear is that, what do you want? Because we may tell you all the steps, but still you are not clear about where you want to go, where you want to reach in life. And sometimes it may not be clear at that moment, but at least there's something that you should look up to. So this is where I'd like to be. And for you to be there, there are some things that are needed to be achieved, that are needed to be done. And one of the things is you have a vision, you have to know that there's no limitation for you, think big. And the other thing is discipline. What are the things that you need to do for you to reach there? There's some discipline. There are some, one of the things, a great leader or someone who wants to influence his world has to read a lot. So those are things that you have to start learning to do. Discipline. So what are the discipline based on where I want to go? What are the things I should do? And these things I have to practically do it every day. So it takes discipline for you to get there. And the other thing is, who are the people around you? Because you can't stay with someone who is sitting for you to be standing. So you have to have someone, mentors, friends, that challenges you every day. That when you are with them, you are challenged. You're like, I want to be there, I want to be up there. But when you have just people who are same level with you, you don't go anywhere. And when you have someone who's even below you in terms of thinking, I mean, you will keep dragging you down. So I always like to be with people who can challenge you. People who can, every time say, oh, I have to fix myself, Those are the people I like to be, with. Like being here in Worth, I'm so challenged because I see powerful women. And I'm really inspired. I'm like, wow, there's so much that I still have to achieve in my life. So those are a few things I just mentioned.
I was, going to say the same thing. Really know what you want, and that may mean spending a lot of time on your own. Visualizing, but not just that pie in the sky stuff. Really know what you want, but even more importantly, know why you want it. Because it's that why, the reason why you want it, is what's going to be the driving force to get you there. If you don't want it bad enough, and you don't have a big enough reason, it's not going to happen. And then, it's not magic. It doesn't just happen. You have to do, I say, take massive, massive action in getting there. And if that doesn't work, plan B. And if that doesn't work, plan C. And I heard someone say once there's 26 letters in the alphabet. There's 26 plays just like that. And it's that kind of, and believe in yourself. Get a coach, get somebody to help you, someone to make you accountable, and somebody who will push you. You may have heard me say this morning, I would not be here today, I would not be if I didn't have a coach. And she kicked me and pushed me. I'm glad you did. Because sometimes other people can see in you what you can't see in yourself. Yes, every time. So just believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Because you are here on this earth for a reason, for a purpose. And don't get to the end of your life and thinking I didn't get there because I didn't step up and change my mindset and be all I could be.
I just want to add something is what is more important is learn to give because in everything you want to achieve, wherever you want to be, it's all by giving to others. It's all by sharing. It's all by lifting up someone else. And when you are in that position, because I said everything we do, our work, our businesses, should not just be about achieving something for yourself, getting something for yourself, but when you put yourself in a position where you become a channel of blessings for others, I mean, that is all that, that is all that matters. And with that, you keep being challenged, you keep being a source of blessing for many, and you keep growing in all that and achieve all that you want to achieve. So in all the dreams that we have for ourselves, learn that the key thing is giving back to someone else, being a channel of blessing for others.
Let's have a photo.
Well done.
That's all right. Okay.
Was the Oh, Russ is the official photographer. Here. All right, take one, Russ. Did you get a straight one? Did you get a straight one? Take more than one? I think we're waiting on the official. Just take plenty. Yay! And then Ross.